Hello and howdy ho everybody. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. I'm Foxy Games, and when we last left off, we were introduced to the auspices and some of the four lords over at Hell's Lid, was it? I think it was called. And we defeated Byakko to tame the fury in his soul. And, well, we unfortunately had to leave Soraban there because, well, they've got plans for him to help maintain the ward for a particularly nasty auspice. So, we have to speak with Bunchin because apparently he's got news for us. A pleasure as ever to see you, my friend. Would that I could say the same for Soraban. He has yet to return to Tamamizu, so I can only assume he is still busy undergoing Genbu's rigorous training. Hello? Hello, Foxy? Is my link pearl working? So unreliable, these little things. I'm going to pay a visit to Racen Temple to see Soraban. Give him a treat to keep his spirits up. If you're available, you should come too. I hope you haven't forgotten how to get there, but in case you have, look for the cute animal trying not to look like a guard on duty in the middle of the volcanic island. I was of course not privy to your conversation just now, but on the off chance you are bound for Racen Temple, give Soraban and Genbu my regards. I sure will, Bunchin. I kinda like that Chocobo's armor. Does it have potions and books and stuff? That's kinda cute. Alright, let's get going. Into the water. Soon as there we go. That's the opening I'm looking for. In case you guys were wondering how to get out of Tamamizu in a flying mount. Not exactly practical, but it'll do. Ah, there's Furi. Headed for the temple or just taking in the wonderful smoky air? You know, I bet it does smell quite nice. I mean, barbecue smells nice. Campfires smell nice. Oh, hello there. I pray you excuse my panting. Genbu is a rather demanding teacher, but I will not rest until granted leave to do so. Oh, well met, brave adventurer. You are come alone this day? What of the urchin girl I recall nipping at your heels? Tataru's gonna punt you, turtle. That's Tataru! 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 And I'll thank you not to forget it, or else you'll get no takoyaki from me. Oh my, that would be most unfortunate. My sincerest apologies. I shall endeavor to remember, little urchin Tataru. Oh, jeez. Of course, your name I will not soon forget, for you saved my dear friend Byakko from descending into madness. It is good that you are here, Foxy. Soraban has made great strides in his training, it is true, but I believe that we need consider more drastic methods. Though he is not without potential, Soraban, as he is, simply lacks divinity. Should we carry on as we are, he may not be ready when we have need of his strength. As with Byakko before, there will come a time when we must confront Seiryu and Suzaku, and quell the raging Aramitama within them. Accordingly, we must use every means at our disposal, no matter how dangerous, to ensure we are prepared. No matter how dangerous? What exactly did you have in mind? Oh, there is no need for fearful trembling or withdrawing into one's shell. All I have to have you do is open a box. Oh, is that all? Well, I've opened my fair share of boxes. But know that it is no ordinary box you must open. It is a tamatebako of geomancy, a sacred vessel which harbors the very power of time itself. And yet you say there is no need for fearful trembling. This box sounds terribly dangerous. To what end would you have me open it? That you may bathe in its temporal magics and age 1,000 years in an instant. that you may undergo the changes and become an auspice, albeit until the magics dissipate. You would have me become an auspice like the four lords? Hold on, Foxy, didn't you come across one of those Tamate Bako in Shisui of the Violet Tides? You did, didn't you? Did I? I am aware of similar relics in the possession of the Rayan. However, their magics alter only the appearance of those exposed, a mummer's trick, a glamour, altogether unlike the phenomenal power of the Tamate Bako we seek. Know that this is no legend, but incontrovertible truth, for the one who created the Tamate Bako of geomancy was a fellow auspice. Like many of us, he had lived long enough to see comrades become consumed by the Aramitama, see them descend into madness and lay waste to the lands they had sworn to protect. And like many of us, he had no choice but to put an end to their rampages. This auspice knew full well that he was destined to share their fate, and so, before he too fell from grace, he resolved to craft the Tamate Bako of geomancy, and when his work was complete, he bathed in its magics until he was no more. By the kami, he chose to die while his mind was still his own. I don't know what to say. Once the true potential of the box was understood, that it could bring death to an auspice, it was decided that it should be placed under lock and key in the Swallow's compass until we had need of it. However, the Grand Mausoleum of King Ganen has been abandoned to the Shikigami, forever bound to its halls as guardians, and only a warrior of surpassing strength can hope to overcome their trials. So, in other words, me. Steel yourself, Soraban. Until the moment Foxy returns with the Tamate Bako of geomancy, you must train like you have never trained before. Yes, of course. Back straight. Keep those hands up. If I'm not satisfied with your performance, then no takoyaki for you. Jeez, Totaro, you're a slave driver. The box is hidden in the heart of the Swallow's compass, the tomb of Ganen in Yangsha. Kama Itachi has gone ahead to open the way. Seek him out. We will, of course, but we'll talk to the other friends first. You have nothing else to say. You have nothing else to say. You are for the Swallow's compass, I am told. Know that the guardian of the relic you seek was a disciple of its creator, and will surely fight to defend it most fiercely. I imagined so. Alright, so nobody else has anything to say, so we're going to head on out to Yangsha. Oh, it's you, the ferret. Oh, hey, you made it. Finally. I've only been waiting here forever and a day, but hey, it's not like we've got a potential calamity to worry about or anything. Still sore about getting beaten, are you? Anyway, I've already taken care of the wards sealing the tomb's entrance, so you're free to go in and get the box. But whatever you do, don't open it. Ah, and one more thing. I'll wager they told you about the Shikigami, but forgot to mention that the box itself is guarded by one of us. A tough bugger and a half. But you're a pretty tough bugger yourself, eh? You gave Byako what for, after all. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Well, it looks like we'll be heading into the Swallow's compass with some friends, and we won't waste any time in doing so. Why are you talking to me? I'm not about to brave a tomb full of Shikigami for a box that can kill my kind. That's your job. Well, gee, when you put it that way. Welcome to the Swallow's Compass. Oh, I love that macro in the chat. Let's get going. My healer's name is Action Bastard. That's great. Alright, first things first, we have to go this way. As you can see, this dungeon is kind of circular in a way. Oh. Fuck you and your ball. And we need to unlock the central gate to proceed to the first boss. And that means going around and unsealing these elemental seals. None shall trespass the heart of earth, and I'm not even going to try and read that. Now we've got the element of earth. I do love the remixed Yanxia music here too. And now, the element of wind. None of these things are particularly difficult to kill, and so shortly we shall move on back to the central hallway, and we will proceed through the Dragon Gate. And as you can see, we couldn't have gone left even if we wanted to. To the first boss, Otengu. Yea, you who are not geomancers must die this day. The Covenant demands it. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not going to die. Oh yeah, don't touch these flames. They are not good. Oh, do not be looking at him when he uses that. Like that person was. Oh, that's not Tank Buster. Might of the Tengu, that's the Tank Buster. At last, after centuries, I am unbound. Oh, Tengu is down. And we go through this geomantic aetherite, which in itself is kind of an interesting idea. And now we have this beautiful underwater thing to see. And we have to dodge these waves as they come. I'm going to hold here for the next wave. Seems that was unnecessary. Might as well get you guys over here. Don't need this ring. It's a marble. They don't call it a marble, but it's a marble. And we have more wave shenanigans to deal with. We're going to stop here so that our friends can catch up. Ow. I'm just gonna hell out of ground through these AoEs. And he's the only one left, so he can now die. That went quite well. Into the aetherite then. What other shit is here? Some shit that we can't use. Ah yes, the second boss is this big watery chungus. Wait for everybody to be up the hill and we shall begin. Are you from this sacred place? This enemy telegraphs his attacks rather than giving us any kind of markers. Oh, shitty. The land take you, claim you! Swallow you, consume you! Oh yes, don't touch that. Oh yes, that pool of water does widen, and if you stand in it for too long, you sink and die. The land, the land, the land! Down he goes, literally and figuratively. How do these look? They look okay. I guess we'll greed them, why not? Hey, come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. See, kind of have yourselves to blame for that one. Nobody died, he just got really, really hurt. You. See? They're doing everything they can to pull aggro. A bunch of shit. I don't know why I even use mitigation here. They don't hurt me at all. Oh, hello, birds. And now on to the final boss. It's Goku. No, it's Sun Wukong. Here we go, Wukong. I didn't know that we were in League of Legends. And yes, I know it's a reference to, what was it, Journey to the East? I can't remember the title. Okay, when he uses both ends and his staff glows, you want to be on top of him. Oh yeah, these things need to die. And he barely does any damage. And now he clones himself. Oh, good. I stood in the right spot. Now, we do kind of need to kill these guys at roughly the same time. Otherwise, he's just going to make a new clone of himself. See, which one's going to glow? Oh no, there's a tether. I forget what the tether even does. Oh, here comes a double tank buster. Here goes one clone. And down he goes. No more monkey. Oh yeah, and this was all just him testing us, I suppose. And we, of course, commend our lovely healer. And we can't use this, but oh, it's kind of nice looking. Pass, and we don't want this minion, so somebody else can have it. Well, there's nobody out here to greet us, so it's time to go back to Genbu, which means another long flight from Tamamizu. Oh, you guys don't have to watch any of that long flying or anything like that. Welcome back, Foxy. Did you find the mysterious box of doom or whatever it was you were looking for? I sure did. You have returned. Kami be praised. I do not think I could endure even a moment's more training. You are returned, and with the Tamate Bako of Geomancy, I gather. Legends in countless cultures tell of sacred relics that bring death and misfortune to those foolish enough to unleash their magics. Fortunately, that duty falls to Soraban. Oh. Very good, very good. Of course, there was no need to fear for the well-being of the warrior who faced my brother Byakko and lived. Let us brook no further delay and make ready for the next stage of Soraban's training. Listen well, everyone, for the magics we are about to unleash are ancient and terrifying. It is exceedingly dangerous, especially for Soraban. I wish you would stop saying that. Be at ease, Soraban. Byakko will devote his energies to maintaining the wards on Koryu's prison while we are occupied. Should you be indisposed for a time, we will manage. And I've been secretly practicing my Arcanima in preparation for a time like this, so don't worry. No matter what happens, we'll be ready. After all, we've each got to do our part if we're going to claim the fabulous riches. I mean, if we're going to save the Ruby Sea from certain doom. Her enthusiasm notwithstanding, I expect we will need to turn to you should this training go awry. Take a moment to see to your equipment and let me know when you're ready to begin. Oh no, what's gonna happen? I know what you're thinking. Didn't she give Arcanist a go before and get betrayed by her carbuncle? Yes and yes. But that was then, and this is now. Oh, well that's neat. I do not know what to expect, but I trust you will let no harm come to me. I don't think it's up to me, buddy. Everything is in order? Then let us begin. Here we go. By the way, this quest named Tortoise in Time is a reference to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. This thing's bigger than I expected. Now remember, Soraban, once opened, the box will spew forth smoke. Remain still and let it wash over you. Surrender to the magic and let it transform you into an auspice. And you are certain this will be temporary. As honored as I would be to join your ranks, I fear I am too young to be so old. Come, you lot. Let us retreat to a safer distance. Tataru's traveling cloak is adorable, by the way. It's a fake. I knew it. Gosh, what a waste of time. There'd better be some treasure or something interesting inside. Foolish urchin! Ah! Was that really necessary? You couldn't just ask me to move nicely. What? What's that look for? Is there something on my face? Oh. My face! My beautiful face! It feels like old goat leather left in the sun. Get a hold of yourself, child. You've been aged, nothing more. Be grateful you were not exposed longer, or you would have surely died. I may as well be dead already. I can't bear to go on like this. Did I not tell you before that the magic is fleeting? You need only endure it for a moment. All will be as it was. That'll teach you. Ah, so preoccupied with the urchin I have been that I completely forgot about Soroban. I hope he has not been overexposed to the magic. If he has been aged to excess, his Zara Mitama may already be... Uh-oh. Well, that answers that. On your guard, I'm afraid he means to kill us all. He bathed in the Tamarebako's magic for far longer than the urchin, and so I expect he will not return to normal so quickly. In fact, I dare say he will retain this form long enough to destroy the temple if we do not subdue him. Shazam! With me, Foxy. Urchin, hold nothing back. Don't worry, Soroban. We'll save you by beating you up. Oh dear. Oh no, Tataru's carbuncle is just running around aimlessly. Desertion is punishable by death! My death! Oh no. Not again! Help! Tataru, stop running around. Oh. You're hopeless. You're adorable, but you're hopeless. Oh no, Tataru. Why must you run into the line of fire, you stupid potato? Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. He marshals his strength for a mighty blow. Get behind me! I hope I live to regret this. Ah, we'll be fine. Oh dear, that was a bit more than I could handle. Forgive me, but the rest is up to you two. He's turned back into a regular turtle. Well, you see, when you say it's up to us two, you really mean it's up to me. Oh, Tataru. A little help, Foxy? What am I supposed to do? Oh, don't run into them, you idiot. Ow. It hurts. Oh my god. This is just punish Tataru, the quest. Well, at least she's still healing me. Oh my god, can I just knock her out? Oh god. Tataru, heal yourself. Wait, am I not actually healing her? Oh, whatever. Damn. Hmm? What happened? Why do you all look so exhausted? Oh, my dear Soraban. I knew you had potential, but it would seem I grossly underestimated your capacity for chaos. In any case, despite this unexpected turn of events, I should like to declare this training session a success. Let us take a moment to collect ourselves. At least Tataru's okay. You still can't control that carbuncle, I see. Oh well, you're still fucking adorable. Confound it, betrayed by my own carbuncle yet again. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I feel so very, very tired. Truth be told, this comes as a relief. Though Soraban's present strength pales in comparison to that of Byakko and myself, we now know for certain that his potential is extraordinary. I struggle to believe I could ever wield such power. All who are strong were once weak, Soraban. I am no exception. Until I met Tenzen, I was no more than the floundering turtle you see before you. You never did tell us exactly how you fell in with him. Ah, well, if you wish to know the details. Long, long ago, when I had lived 100 or so years and had only just begun to become something more, I received my first vision. A terrible calamity, one that would claim the lives of countless innocents, was imminent. But what was a little turtle to do? For while I had seen the future with crystal clarity, I was powerless to stop it. I could but look on, helpless, as cities burned and men died. So it was for centuries, until one day. After 500 years, I had grown stronger, more reckless. I believed I could make a difference, so when I foresaw a landslide that would bury a nearby village, I ventured forth to warn the people. Alas, while they were quick to discern I was no common animal, they could make no sense of my panicked flailings. To them I was a queer dancing turtle, a source of considerable amusement. For I knew not the words of men, and so my warnings fell on deaf ears. It would be no different. Yet again they would die. The people turned and walked away, bored with the fleeting amusement. With a heart fit to burst with sorrow and despair, I made to quit the village. Just then, I heard a voice kind and gentle. "Little one, you look troubled. Tell me what burdens you so." Though I knew he was addressing me, I doubted he would understand. Still, I told him of my vision, of the landslide I knew would bury the village and everyone in it, and my vain attempts to warn them. "Your kindness is only surpassed by your bravery, little one. Fear not. I, Tenzen, and my comrade Byakko shall act in your stead." As Tenzen drew his sword, a great white tiger emerged from the wilds. "Shall we give them a show?" he whispered to the beast, which inclined its massive head ever so slightly in response. Then they ran into the center of the village and began to fight as if they were bitter enemies intent on killing one another, blade and fang flashing, too fast for the eye to follow. The two broke apart for an instant, and Tenzin bellowed, "Hearken to me! This white demon thirsts for the blood of man! If you value your lives, flee this place. Seek shelter in the next village." Needless to say, the bewildered villagers gathered up whatever was at hand and ran screaming, too terrified to even look back. As the three of us watched them go, I heard the white demon mutter, "You know full well I have not once tasted man-flesh." The village was later destroyed in a landslide as I had foreseen, but for the first time I had managed to make a difference. Thereafter we became traveling companions and close friends. I shared with them my visions, and together we labored to save those that we could. On the eve of what may be perhaps be the greatest calamity I have ever foreseen, I feel Tenzin's absence keenly. Nevertheless, we must carry on. You may not have him, but you've got Foxy, and you know she's no slouch. Oh, indeed I do, and for this blessing we are grateful beyond measure. Right then, Soraban, we must resume your training at once, ere we forget the lessons of your time as an auspice. Yes, of course. Getting back to it, in that case I should return to the mountain of paperwork in Kagane I've been doing my best to ignore. Oh, and Soraban, I left the takoyaki with Kama Itachi for safekeeping. You're not to get any until you've earned it. Considering what he's just been through. When next we call upon you, Foxy, I expect it will be to deal with one of my comrades. Shirk not your own training, for it will not be easy. Under these circumstances, I do not think I will have time to return to Tamamizu for even a short spell, if you would be so kind as to inform the Elder. Just as last time, of course. When the time comes, I will send for you, Foxy. Be ready for whatever lies ahead. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Oh, and Kichian Dasheng is here. The monkey. He's considerably smaller than he was. Oh, hello there. Remember me? I was the fellow tasked with guarding the Tamate Bako of geomancy. I hope you understand that I had no choice but to put you to the proof. What kind of guardian would I be if I let you have it without a fight, eh? Still, I didn't think you lot would use it like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't going the way that we thought they would. Anything to say, Ferret? Oh no, he's eating the takomaki, or what is it? Takoyaki? By the kami, it's been so long since I've had quality takoyaki. Oh bugger, the urchin girl wanted me to give it to Soraban. Well, your funeral, buddy. Anyway, Senri, anything new to tell us? Nope. Back to Tamamizu then. A pleasure, Foxy. Did you have the chance to visit with Soraban? How fares he with his training? He fares. Extraordinary. He has always been diligent and hard-working, but even so. To think he is blessed with such incredible potential, I cannot help but wonder who else among us might be possessed of similar abilities. Yet I understand his trepidation. With great power comes great responsibility, as it is often said. We may need to keep a closer eye on him to ensure he does not succumb to fear and attempt to flee his training. Oh, you're gonna keep him stuck there? Poor Soraban. Alright, so we haven't been going for particularly long, then that means we're going to keep going with the rest of this quest. How kind of you to pay us a visit, Foxy. Now I need not summon you. But a moment ago, a certain surly cat returned with another missive addressed to you. See for yourself. Brave adventurers who stood fast and quelled the raging Aramitama of my comrade Byako. The time has come for you to return to Race End Temple. I presume the auspices of Hell's Lid have need of you once more. If so, give my regards to them and dear Soroban. Yes, all of this content was released, I believe, through different patches. Now that Stormblood has been out for quite some time, we have no need to wait for it, and therefore can just do it all at once. But each quest does behave as if you've been away for some time. We're back! Where is everybody? Soroban's not here. Well met, Foxy, well met. But wait, where's the little urchin girl of whom I have grown so fond? It would be remiss of us to proceed without her, would it not? Why not summon her with that trinket of yours, your link pearl? Hello? Foxy, is that you? Huh. Right now? Very well, if you insist. What wondrous things, these link pearls. Now then, let us wait until your friend arrives. You're not just hoping she brings snacks, are you? Foxy? Genbu? Ah, good of you to join us, little urchin girl. You know, there is such a thing as running a joke into the ground. It pleases me to inform you that thanks to your assistance with his training, Soroban's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Ere long, we may count him among our most formidable warriors. Out of curiosity, where is Soroban anyway? Engrossed in a very special exercise, I'm afraid. Trust me when I say he would not want you to see him in his current state. Working up a sweat, no doubt. Glad to hear it. But I called you here not to discuss our Kojin friend. The wards have grown weaker, presaging Koryu's inevitable escape. Right before he breaks free, the four lords must marshal their strength. And so, Foxy, I must entreat you to quell the raging Aramitama of a dear comrade once more. A fight, is it? That's where our warrior of light shines. Who's her opponent this time? See for yourself. She should be joining us shortly. It has been too long, elder brother. Several hundred years by my reckoning. Am I to assume you have kept your silent vigil all this time, Suzaku? Let us not speak of such things. You bade me come hither for another purpose. That I did. Koryu's wards grow weaker by the day, and the calamity he would visit upon us draws nigh. The four lords must join their strength together once more. And to that end, this warrior would unburden my tortured soul. Just so. Hers is a power far surpassing that of mortal men. She is heir to the legacy of Tenzin. Brother, how dare you compare this creature to that shining paragon of virtue, of kindness? You sully his memory. And you dare think yourself his equal, his better? Then I will put you to the proof. And when you fall, it will be a fate most deserved. Turn back if you would not have it be so, or join me in misery. Compared to Byakko, she seems much more angry. The Aramitama feeds upon her grief and fuels her rage. She yet mourns a love lost, but it is not my place to speak. Go to her, brave warrior, and learn the truth of her heart. Forgive her, my friend. She knows not what she says. Be careful, Foxy. I don't think she's going to go quietly. No, I imagine not. Hey, pretty bird. You remind me of someone. You crave battle, then, even if it brings you your death. Out of duty, you pit yourself against enemies ever stronger. Without hesitation, without fear, you muster your courage and... No! You are not even a pale shadow of his glory. There was but one man fit to wear the mantle of hero, and he has long since passed from this world. If so, then the Ruby Sea will be consumed by Koryu's fiery judgment, and we, her sworn protectors, will have failed in our duty. Is Tensen's memory so sacred that you would doom this land out of spite? Oh, Byakko, do you not see? Before I called you brother, I was but a bird who loved a man. Perhaps that was all I was ever meant to be, for I can brook no replacement at my side or in my heart. Not so easily as you. Have you forgotten his final moments? How he fought and died to defeat Koryu? How he sacrificed himself before our very eyes? How dare you ask me that? Every detail is forever seared in my mind's eye, a blackened scar upon my soul. How could I possibly forget? Nor should you, nor will I ever forget the day we spent together on the road. But to exalt the past over the present, to live life in mourning and never move on, is to dishonor his memory. How dare you speak to me of dishonor, you who have opened our home to this pretender? I see her plainly, how she has wormed her way into your hearts, mimicking Tensen's manner, cloaking herself in his scent, seeking to supplant Tensen in our minds. Listen to yourself, my sister. The Aramitama has driven you to see Oni in shadows. Let it be quelled before your soul is forever lost. Only to Tensen will I entrust my soul. Only his love will I accept. You have nothing to fear from me. He said... Oh, Tensen. Very well, but I will brook no delay. I will await you in the depths, in the place of my mourning, and when it is ended, I shall mourn you too. Oh, Suzaku. Forgive her, Foxy. She is yet consumed by her failure to save Tensen all those years ago. Her regret is as a festering wound. The love she bore him gave her strength once. Alas, through it the Aramitama has found purchase in her soul. It feeds on her grief and despair. 'Tis plain that your presence troubles her as well. She senses your blessing, and it reminds her of him. There were moments when she looked on you with a fire in her eyes. When she gives herself to the Aramitama, she may surrender to her delusions as well. If so, do not be alarmed by what she says. Stand fast and free her from her torment. Be warned, she commands many powers, including the ability to manipulate geomantic currents. Only by remaining observant will you survive. Hell's KIER is now accessible. Well, Suzaku's not quite happy with our presence, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, we've already heard what we have to hear. So, let's confront Suzaku in Hell's KIER. Welcome to Hell's KIER.
Tenzin? Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you! You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
Alright, first things first, these birds need to be killed. And they need to be tanked in the center. In the center. In the center. In the... Fuck it. Well, it just means we're gonna have to work a little harder, that's all. Right about now, as a matter of fact. First things first. Kill the center one. Now we'll have to kill this one too, though I don't think we'll make it. So that one's gonna get resurrected. With more health. Oh, two of them did. Good, they're dead. Alright, don't stand in the center. Everybody needs to stand in a circle.
I could not bear to lose you again!
Time to play a little Dance Dance Revolution. You have to face the direction of the arrow so that these orbs don't make it to the center. It also gives you a nice damage buff. And it does get faster. A little, anyway. Well, somebody fucked up a little.
Trust in me, my love! I will protect you, I promise! Please, my love, if only you would listen.
I think she looks quite cool.
Why do you do this? All I ever wanted was for you and I to... Hearken to my melody.
Okay, now we need to watch the outside of the platform. At least we will in a second. Alright. So this bird is going to fly around the edge. And when it touches one of these runes, that platform will explode. Once it does, you can move onto that platform to be safe from further explosions. Not like that archer. Ah, they're good. This is like the only song that's actually sung in Japanese in this entire game, I think. Standard meteor mechanic.
We will wake you from this madness.
She's a bit of a yandere, let's be honest here.
Hearken, so it must be thus. Then
Okay. Now, the birds are going to fly through the ruins again, but now they're not near their respective platforms. You need to pay attention to which one's going to explode first. It's actually this one, so I don't want to be on that one. Yeah, you just got launched. But she is down. And you know what? If a pretty bird girl who looked like that was pining for my affection, I'd damn well give it to her. It's a shame she has to go back to being a normal bird. And once again, Suzaku is at peace. Oh, everybody's gone. Oh well. How long have I been blinded by this dream? This never-ending nightmare, unable to escape the memory of my beloved. I owe you an apology, brave warrior, as well as my life. In spite of the crude and disrespectful way I treated you, you nevertheless risked your life to free my heart from the terrible delusion which threatened to consume my soul. For the first time in centuries, I can reflect on my time with the man I so deeply loved without being driven to tears. I was born into this world long, long ago, blessed with crimson plumage that shone like blazing fire in the sun. My form was likened to that of the firebird of legend, a being said to have a power to confer immortality upon mortal men. Thus I was pursued endlessly by those who yearned to conquer death. To them, to all mankind, I was no more than a means to an end. But Tenzin did not look upon me so. To him, I was so much more, and he would become everything to me. Together we traveled, we four lords and the samurai as comrades in arms. We journeyed the realm, feared at first by many for our nature. But Tenzin, dear Tenzin, would not close his heart to the people's plight. Not once did he hesitate to proffer a helping hand, and one by one he won over those who once cursed and condemned us. Be there Oni in the east to slay, or revenants in the west to exercise, without hesitation he would bid us to rise to the challenge, and leave grateful men and women to spread word of our deeds, word which one day reached the ears of a king. 'Twas by the king's order that we battled the mad auspice Koryu. Despite the many deeds to our credit, we four had only lived some few centuries, and were no match for our foe. Against the might of Koryu's raging Aramitama, my brothers and I were powerless. But Tenzin, brave Tenzin, he would not be denied. At the last he unleashed a powerful technique, knowing full well that it would leave him exposed. I watched as the light left his eyes forever. Had I been the firebird of legend, had I been possessed of the power of immortality, had I been able to rescue him from death's obsidian abyss. And then, The cruelest irony of all. Centuries later, when I finally went through the change, immortality became mine to command. I can but wonder if my bottomless grief for my beloved made it so. The power for which I yearned so desperately that day is now mine. If not to save him, then perhaps to save those for whom Tenzin died. For the memory of my beloved, for his legacy, I shall fight. Let us go and tell Genbu together. And Foxy, thank you. You know, she's not such a bad bird once, you know, the supernatural pain in her soul has been exorcised. How did your battle with Suzaku go? Is she still being difficult? Long did I question why I had been granted this power over life and death too late to save my beloved. Now I understand. To carry on Suzaku's legacy, to save those for whom he gave his everything. Thank you for helping me to realize this, Foxy. Is it true that in the West, Lalafels are hunted for sport? 'Twas a strange tale related to me from a fellow auspice who overheard foreign adventurers in Yangsha. That's horrible. Is it true, Tataru? Oh, I see you are still in one piece. I gather all went well. Rest assured, elder brother, that I am myself once more. You certainly seem different from before, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Your face is the very picture of serenity, I'd say. How very perceptive of you, little one. Indeed, I have at long last come to accept the passing of my beloved Tenzin. At long last indeed. But perhaps such prolonged periods of distress are unavoidable when one lives for more than 1,000 years. I myself am no stranger to melancholy. No, my brother, that you most certainly are not. Oh, how forgetful of me. I have yet to see how Soraban's training is coming along. Soraban! Soraban! Oh no, it's Gamera. Wait, I know this joke. Ahem. It's a firebird. No, it's an airship. Oh, ho, ho, ho. No genre-savvy urchin, for it is, in fact... Soraban. I mean, I expected him in some capacity, but not like this. No one told me that this training would lead to such a radical transformation. Look at me. I'm a giant tortoise. A tortoise. You sure are. I was wrong. This is the very definition of running a joke into the ground. Oh. There is no need for panic, Soraban. You probably just recited the words improperly and offered your body as a vessel for a great tortoise kami. That seems to me a very, very good reason for panic. Unless I will return to normal after a short while, like with the Tamate Baku of Geomancy. Ah, well, I cannot say with any significant degree of certainty, but you might regain your original form by the time Foxy quells Seiryu's Aramitama. Might? Might? What is this might? Might is not an acceptable answer. You must be exhausted from your battle with Suzaku, my friend. Perhaps it would be best if you returned to the land above and took a rest. He's right. I doubt we will be needed here for some time, and Soraban seems to be in no mood for company. Be sure to contact me if anything comes up. I had been meaning to return home, if only briefly, but given my current state, that seems unlikely. If you could, if you could go in my stead and tell the Elder I am hale and healthy, I would be most grateful. Soraban, you are... I don't know who gets it worse, you or Tataru. I mean, at least all that's happening with Tataru is that he's forgetting her name. Have I truly become host to a great kami? What if it does not wish to leave? That's the question, isn't it? You needn't worry about Soraban. He will be fine. Eventually. Probably. Oh, no. Suzaku, how are you holding up? Oh, my beloved, I pray you yet watch over me. Ah, you'll be fine. Back to Tamamizu, then. I forgot about this part of this quest. Oh, do we tell Bunjin the truth? Or do we just leave it, ambiguous? Ah, Foxy, all is well with our friends beneath Hell's lid? What of Soraban? How goes his training? He failed to perform a ritual correctly and was transformed into a tortoise, you say? But you are aware that... Oh, I see. This must be some manner of Eorzean joke. How very amusing. A pity we will not see him again for the foreseeable future, but I will trust it is for the best as before. He should take as much time as required. He is a tortoise, after all. Ha ha. No, it still makes no sense to me. That's because it's not a joke. I feel like this is a big reference to, like, old Japanese movies, particularly Gamera. Alright. We are going to make the cut here. This is going on a little longer than I expected it to, and we have quite a bit to do in the next episode. So, in the next episode, I sure hope Soraban gets transformed back to his normal turtle self, and not a tortoise, but we'll see just how far they want to stretch that particular joke, as Tataru actually pointed out. So I will see you in the next episode, everyone. Take care until then. Bye.